it almost feels like people see something happen and go, I know I should be happy. This should feel good, but for some reason I can't quite feel the feeling of happiness anymore. And if they do, it's
Wow.
it's fleeting, or it's just not quite the depth and the richness of happiness that people used to enjoy in the past.
I've felt this before and I've never heard someone else say it. Where you feel like you should be happy in a moment. Like, say, prom or something, graduation. You feel like it's this big moment that everybody looks forward to. You're like, I should be happy, but what's up, everybody? So today we're gonna be reacting to a video called "People Can't Feel Things Like They Used to" by Dapper Dev, and I felt like this was gonna be an interesting video to react to because I myself cannot feel things like I used to. Like when I was a kid, just a couple years ago, life felt extremely different, and I'll talk about that a little bit after we get into the video. But I feel like this is gonna take the route of technology is what's causing this, and I don't know for sure if it's technology. I feel like things changed for me after COVID and the lockdowns and all that. Maybe the chat, I don't know what made life feel so different. TikTok, I don't know. All of that period of time, um, heading into that, and that's the time where things started to change. Not when iPhones and all that came out, because that was out way before things started feeling different for us. Well, for me.
Day is miserable. I was watching just a bunch of old footage the last couple days because I like nostalgia type videos and nostalgia type topics and stuff. I saw like an old broadcast from a baseball game. I forget what year it was, but just the body language, the people's faces, everybody was happy. I've seen footage from high schools back in like even the early 2000s. People's faces, everything looked a little different. There was a different sparkle in everybody's eyes. And for the last couple years, I've written most of the negative people and the doom and gloom that I see out in society. I've written most of it off as just a financial thing because the economy is affecting so many people and hard times, inflation and all that good stuff. But I think it's more than that, dude. I really think it's a lot more than that because I've seen videos of people in the slums.
Yeah, it's not just financially. It has something to do with other things as well. Because I mean, I'm not that old. I'm 24, but it's I have way more now than I used to have, and it's still life just still doesn't feel doesn't I don't know. There's something missing. I'm guessing. That's how I feel, and I'm sure other people feel it too. Just because this video exists and it has so many views at the moment.
There was still a level of happiness in everybody's eyes that you just can't find anymore. Something strange is going on. Something very, very strange is going on. I don't know if it's just these cell phones doing something to our brains where we can't connect.
See, I felt like he was gonna say he was gonna go down the cell phone route. I don't think it's the cell phones. It's gotta be something more. Um, like I said, cell phones. I was in middle school. We had cell phones. I'm not the iPad kid generation, but I'm just like iPhones and all of that became prevalent and probably about middle school for me. So I feel like if that was what was changing everybody's lives, how they perceive life, if everything was turning different around that time, I feel like it would have happened sooner. It just it doesn't make sense to me that that's the thing that's causing everybody to feel so weird in life at this moment.
Act on a level that we used to or that we're supposed to. Something has changed in our brains. It's not as simple as money. It's not as simple as, the dating market being worse than ever before. The simple things in life that people used to enjoy, they're no longer enjoying. Something has been rewired in our brains from these phones. We are losing the ability to connect with people. We're losing the ability to appreciate a simple moment in time. I think this constant fight for attention, this constant dopamine rush, this ability to have an endless supply.
So I guess I could see that it's not really the phones, it's more so the apps. Well, it's more so TikTok and YouTube, I guess, but YouTube's been around for a long time. So more so TikTok, the new styles of content people are creating, and yeah, I'm guessing so many people blew up and became famous from TikTok, whereas YouTube, there was a select few people here, select few people there. Whereas you might know somebody you went to school with, you could it could be one of your friends who blew up. Even I'm sure almost everyone in America and probably other countries knows someone personally who has made at least some type of audience on TikTok at some point in their life, or YouTube at some point in their life. The it's just, I don't know. It's, I'm guessing, since it seems like it's so much more accessible to become popular on these apps, that people are trying to get there more than they were in the past, because it didn't seem so accessible at first. It seemed like it was, you had to be lucky to get there. Now it seems like anybody and everybody can get there.
Of dopamine when you go down whatever indulgence you want to go down on a phone. The ability to just get that with no work at all.
Oh, the dopamine thing too. He's also talking about the Gooners, maybe. That's another thing. That the social. I don't want to go down there too far, but yeah.
Has done something to our brains. And I think we're at a point now that this has gone on long enough where we might really be seeing a serious change in people. Because throughout my life, when cell phones got popular, people would bring this topic up, and everyone just kind of stopped talking about it because you assume, well, I can just audit myself and get off the phone, and I'm going to be all right. Like a typical addict would talk that way, right? But I think now we've gotten so many generations that have grown up with this and base every waking moment of their entire life on the cell phone, smartphone. I think we might be so far into this now that to fix it is kind of out of sight at this point. When you have children that grow up at like developmental, like early stages using this for everything, that is a problem. Because like I'm saying, look around, dude. Look around your own life. Go to the grocery store, take a walk, whatever. People are different. People are not like they used to be. It's creepy. Relationships are suffering. You almost can't even have a relationship anymore. We could go back and forth all day long about like dating problems and women are like this and men need to do this and blah, blah. Most of it is just that humans in general, our brains are getting wacky because of these. The Pandora's box of attention that girls get from the internet or from social media, smartphones, That's done something to their brains that I almost think is irreversible at this point. Even when you guys want to talk about passport bro bullshit, dude, most of these countries you guys talk about, they have internet. They're following the trends of garbage Western pop culture as well. The same thing. It's leaking into their brains and leaching into their minds and changing the way they think and the way they see the world.
They might pretend to be the type of way that they know. They might pretend to act in a way that you might be looking for because they want to they want to they want the passport bros. They want them to actually come over there and use their money on these women. Yeah.
The same way that it's done everybody around us in the Western world. And this video is more than just dating. This is everything, dude. I go around my everyday life and try to communicate with people and get better at like talking to strangers. Nobody's even able to be happy anymore. Like people have lost the ability to even be happy. If something good happens, it almost feels like people see something happen and they go, I know I should be happy and this should feel good, but for some reason I can't quite feel the feeling of happiness anymore. Wow. And if they do, it's fleeting, or it's just not quite the depth and the richness of happiness that people used to enjoy in the past.
I've felt this before and I've never heard someone else say it. Where you feel like you should be happy in a moment. Like, say, prom or something, graduation. You feel like it's this big moment that everybody looks forward to. You're like, I should be happy, but
Past. I hope this video is making sense because I'm kind of just on a brainstorm right now. I don't know how we fix this as a society, as humanity. Like, you go on social media and stuff. Social media is just pure garbage. Like, it's literally nothing but garbage. Social media is just an addiction loophole to keep you coming back to whatever. When I say an addiction loophole, people think I'm talking about just women shaking their ass. No, I'm not talking about just that. I'm talking about an anger addiction, a doom and gloom addiction, a fear addiction, a sexual addiction, whatever.
if you go and look at some of the content that you consume, I'm sure that some of the content that you consume, you're really just watching stuff on replay. I've been caught up in that so many times. Like, if you're, like they say, the red pill thing, like he was just talking about. If some of the stuff is just on loop, it's a different people, a tiny bit different situation, but it's literally the same thing on repeat, and you're caught in the loop, just like he was talking about.
Even all of the crime stuff you guys watch that's making you angry, or the division of any kind, race, religion, political affiliations, whatever, all of the division, it's just, it operates in your mind on the same addiction pathways as anything else. This shit is screwing with us bad. Like, it is, we are being ruined by the smartphone. The smartphone is ruining humans. It is. All of the anger that you have, like, let's talk about something as simple as like racial anger. We all can identify with that, and we've all seen that and heard that. It's a very normal concept to people today. One of my good friends who happens to be black, we've gone back and forth about this theory that these social media platforms are very good at division, and they don't care about the issues that their division causes as long as they get more eyeballs on their platform, more engagement. And we were actually together one time, and we went to like our feeds of Instagram, and he was showing me his feed, and it's just like nothing but, you know, black people being attacked, or like getting, you know, whatever, like the typical stuff that you'd see that would make you angry and make you feel attacked and make you feel like, you know, you're on the defensive. And same thing with mine. I go on my social media, and there's a lot of that stuff too in the political realm and crime stuff and these black Israelites that are like whitey haters, like. And I'm not searching for that stuff ever. Never have I searched for that on my phone. I don't know why it pops up. Him and I were talking about it for a while, so maybe that these phones are just listening and they.
I'm not sure if it's like some evil agenda either. It's more so that people like they see that this stuff gets people's attention. It gets them not only just for a few seconds, it'll get them to sit there, comment, and it'll get them raging and scrolling down looking for more. So that's I don't think that they're trying to divide us. Well, they might be, but they may not be trying to divide us. But it's something naturally there, I guess, that has us not wanting to be divided, but interested in those types of things. So they give it to us, they feed it to us. Even if him specifically isn't searching for it, he feel the algorithm probably feels that something is gonna catch his attention and get him to get down that path.
Bring this stuff up on our phones. But regardless, the perspective was completely opposite. The perspective we were both getting on our phones was for him to see me as the enemy and for me to see him as the enemy. And if you consume that stuff and you give into that, you will be a product of that. And I digress. That's not really the point of this video. The point of the video is just the smartphones in general and the unhuman ways we are consuming everything now. Like, this shit is weird. Like, do you guys realize how weird it is to live today? Most people not only can't communicate well, they don't want to. Most people don't want anything to do with anybody else.
This was me during the lockdowns. I was so happy to have been at home so I don't have to deal with people, deal with interactions. I was in college at the time. It was my second semester of my first year. So I was going to school. I was like, yeah, I'm wasting gas. And now I don't have to do it because I can do it online. I wasn't really learning anything, to be honest. I wasn't getting the interaction that I should have been, and was just staying at home, getting fat, playing the game, diving further into the addictive technology and all that stuff. So now I guess I can see why the lockdowns increased the strength of the technology.
If you go up to the average stranger and like say hi and try to like make small talk, they're gonna like call 911. They don't want anything to do with anyone. Nobody trusts anybody anymore. Like, nobody's even happy. Like, I don't see happiness anymore in people's faces. And I think since COVID, since that virus that
There we
happened,
go.
that's changed a lot too. Something happened during the
There we
lockdowns
go.
and all this shit. Something happened to people. People have changed. I
There
see it
we
in their
go.
faces. There's
Wait,
like
what'd
this
it take?
element of humanity
It
that's
took
gone.
9
We're
and a
not
half
able
minutes, but we
to
got there.
feel like we used to. Humans are not able to feel and connect like they used to. Something is happening. I don't know if it's something in the air, some kind of nefarious thing that's affecting our brains and our bodies, and
Might be.
I don't know, but it's almost like we're not able to feel like we used to. We're becoming robotic. I know I probably sound crazy to a lot of you right now, but I can't wrap my head around it. And if I talk to people about it, it's almost like they just stare at me and they can't even comprehend what I'm saying. Do you guys realize how shitty most of our lives are? And I don't care. I'm not talking about money. I don't care how much money you have. That's not what I'm talking about. People today cannot enjoy the simple things in life that you're supposed to enjoy. They just can't do it. And if I bring it up, They look at me like I'm talking in a language that they can't understand. Like I've said in other videos, have you guys ever taken the time in the last however many years to just go somewhere and just sit in the grass and just chill and try to not think about any of the negative doom and gloom bullshit? It's almost impossible now. And people can't enjoy that anymore. Our perspectives are so fucked up because of smartphones in every element of our life. Our perspectives are just twisted, man. People today almost can't be happy. Something is happening to our brains where we are not able to be happy. I don't care about money or anything. I don't care what situation you want to put them in front of or put in front of them. They can't feel happiness anymore. People can't connect on a level that they seem to have used to be able to connect. Look at old videos, nostalgic videos. Look at like old footage from a mall or from a high school or from a park or from a ball game or
All right,
anything.
he's circling back to the start.
People's
I think
eyes
he's
are
done
not
here.
like they
Let's go
used to
look
be.
at some of the
There's not.
comments. The world we grew up in no longer exists. I glad to see it's not just me noticing this. Less empathetic, more narcissistic. It's called desensitizing. It's been going on since the 90s. The mind wasn't designed for this much information at such a rapid rate. What you're seeing is mental overload in real time. Let's see what people got to say about that. The real problem is that the vast majority of this information is false. If it was all actually true, I don't think it would be as much of a problem. Sounds like something a mastermind would do, like MK Ultra stuff. I don't know about the conspiracy theory route. It's just technology was supposed to improve our lives, and it's not improving the human aspect, is what I'm getting from this. The spiritual atmosphere has shifted. I've been noticing it after the sea. Oh, yep. I do find myself listening to older music and watching older movies just to feel good. Hmm. It's not just the phones, it's spiritual and chemtrails. Yeah, I think it's mainly the phones. I believe in spirituality a bit, but I don't think that this. I don't know. The feeling that we're having, it could be something spiritual. If somebody has something to if somebody can explain a little bit of what that may be spiritually, I'm open to it. But that's pretty much the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching if you got this far. And yeah, people aren't feeling like they used to.